Solar energy is an abundant and free resource. There are 3 ways to make use of solar energy: as a power producer, as an individual with a rooftop solar, or collectively with a shared solar project. The power producer has a commercial purpose: to sell electricity to the utility. Rooftop solar has an individual purpose: to buy less electricity from the utility. The shared project has a collective purpose: to allow multiple users to benefit from a single solar energy source. The first model is the solar farm, which produces electricity exclusively for the utility as an independent power producer. An example is the Chilcotin Solar Farm. It is owned and operated by a First Nation. It has a size of 1.25 megawatt, and it is connected to a high-voltage distribution line next to the site. The solar farm generates electricity from the sun, send it to the grid, and sell it to BC Hydro under an energy purchase agreement. BC Hydro has a call for power from independent power producers. Could the Chilcotin Solar Farm participate in this call? The call for power requires a minimum capacity of 40 megawatts. Would it be feasible to expand the Chilcotin Solar Farm to that size? While the site has enough room for a large solar farm, the distribution line has a limited capacity and won't accommodate 40 megawatts. Therefore, it is not possible to expand the Chilcotin Solar Farm to the minimum size required. The second pathway is the rooftop solar, which has the main purpose to reduce the electricity bills of individual utility customers. With rooftop solar, utility customers can generate their own electricity. It uses net metering as a billing mechanism. When a standard customer decides to install rooftop solar, with net metering, he may first displace his electricity bill. When the solar panels produce more electricity than the building needs, the excess is sent back to the grid, and the customer may receive credits from the utility company. These credits can offset the bill of the electricity consumed from the grid at night or when the solar system isn't generating enough power. Rooftop solar reduces the need to buy electricity from the grid. However, is it accessible to all? Indigenous communities may face challenges installing individual rooftop solar due to complexity and individual costs. A more effective strategy for these communities is consolidating individual solar installations into a shared solar system. Instead of net metering, community solar needs virtual net metering. Take the previous net metering example, with rooftop solar and a smart meter measuring the flow of electricity in both directions. Now, imagine that the solar panels are moved off-site, and the smart meter is split into 2 meters, one measuring the electricity used by the customer, and the other one measuring the electricity generated by the off-site solar system. The 2 meters can be linked by virtual net metering, whereby the customer receives credits on his electricity bill for the energy produced by the off-site solar system. This concept can be extended to multiple customers who could benefit from a shared off-site solar installation without having the energy panels directly on their premises. The shared solar system can be a large solar park serving many communities. Connected to the grid, the solar park generates energy credits to be applied to the electricity bills of the utility customers in the communities. The system operates through virtual net metering, with the grid acting as an intermediary. But the distance between the solar park and the users may create additional transmission issues and costs. A more effective approach would be to install local solar gardens, scaled to the electricity usage of each community. Inside an Indigenous reserve, connected to the grid, the community may install a solar garden, also connected to the grid, and scaled to its local energy needs. The solar garden generates credits that displace the electricity bills of the members of the community under virtual net metering. Scaled to the local electricity demand, the solar garden won't require long-distance power transmission, and will create a more efficient distributed energy network. In conclusion, Community solar is a model that addresses the energy needs of the indigenous communities. Community solar, with virtual net metering, will reduce the energy burden in the indigenous communities. Indigenous community solar projects will allow equitable access to low-cost renewable energy.